Hey guys, Anfield here. Welcome to a replay that I'm uploading because it was one, a very good replay, well, very good battle, but two, because I want to do some commentary on this battle rather than just upload this stream highlight. Basically because not only is it a good battle, it's good damage, it's good kills and everything like that, it's also just a very good example of 50B gameplay, particularly towards the end. This isn't a very good map for the 50B. Now, granted, this is 9.7 and we're literally on the cusp of 9.8 now. The servers aren't even live with 9.8 yet, but they are down for the update. So, the reason I want to do this battle with commentary is because it's just I can basically go through this and just explain my thought process and why it's such a great example of 50B. I don't know, prowess. The fact that the tank is basically able to carry this battle is a real testament to it. So yeah, you'll see basically why this tank is better than the 57 and how it's able to carry games the 57 just simply wouldn't be able to carry. So basically this map, as it stands right now, I don't really know 9.8 meta, but as it stands right now, isn't really a good tank for the 50B. It's pretty open. There are some corridors which aren't good for the 50B. So you kind of struggle a little bit initially. The 57 would struggle equally, but except the 57 is too slow to move anywhere. So as you can see, early on I got good shots. Now usually if there's a scout going where our bulldog currently is, you can get good shots. There's a bush there. Again, 9.7. But he's doing a good job of spotting. He didn't spot the IS-70-75, but he did at least spot the waffle in the Tiger 2. I missed my first shot in the Tiger 2, but that was my fault, not the tank's fault. Just poor aim. I did catch that guy in time. But the tank itself is going to be able to utilize this position the best. You could go down the zero line, but you're in a bottleneck with better armored tanks, with better alpha, or you know, basically throttled by TDs and other things like that. So basically the middle is your best bet in the 50B. You can sort of support a little bit of both flanks. Now we don't have anything on the one line, and unfortunately our ELC, I don't know if they're trolling this bat already platoon with this ELC. This ELC basically just guards him most of the game. He moves out a little bit at one point, but most of the time he's spent in this game is at A2. I don't really know what they were thinking, but at least for my position I can get some shots out and support this middle area here. I mean, we only have an IS-3 in that little town area, and me and this AMX-30 literally the only things to guard this entire flank. If they push up far enough, the Borsig will get shots, but not exactly, you know, the best tank. It would be great to have another tier 10 medium over here. Well, I mean, the AMX-30 unfortunately is only tier 9, but, you know. Anyway, so whenever things get greedy and they jump up like this, 50B is just going to annihilate. So that's poor Centurion basically just found that out. And, you know, I just sort of play this area. Now, to be honest with you, even this early, I don't have great hopes for this game. I know already that we're basically the only things on this flank. And it's just dangerous. As you can see, here's the ELC over there, just chilling. Rather than being useful to us and spotting the one line, he's gonna sit back there. So, but anyways, I basically I do actually think about TKing him, I think, but you know, at the end of the day, it's not worth it. I think about typing to them to say, you know, hey, you know, can you actually go be useful? But again, it's probably not worth it. They're either one, knowingly trolling, or two, just being bad. Either way, you're not going to get much help. So I'm basically screwed over here with my AMX-30. If they push with a decent force, my only hope is that they're sort of staticky and don't really move. But I'm staying on the backside of this hill because this is basically all I can do. If they do try to push the backside of this hill, this E3 could turn around and support me, hopefully. But it's still really dangerous no matter what. And the battle itself isn't looking very good. I miss a shot on the E75 there which if I had hit would have probably killed him. This AMX30 is now relocating to the 1 line, which is good because we're finally going to have some lights over there and I can support him. This position is good because you can support the 0 line if they're being pushed, and you can also support the 1 line push. What I don't like is where this E3 is and where this Yak Panther 2 was previously. And that's his position here at C8. People seem to do this, and it's basically they sit there until our 0 line is dead, and then they finally get a couple shots, maybe 1 or 2, and then that's it. And that's a really frustrating thing because an E3 would have been really good on the 0 line, but oh well. So as you can see here, the AMX30 is doing what I wanted the ELC to do. The ELC is gloriously running away again. And I'm going to be able to shoot this 268 once he gets relit. That's all it takes sometimes, is just someone to actually go do some spotting. And, you know, you'll be able to clear flanks pretty quickly here. So as you can see, the 0 line is now dead. We're losing 5-9. The battle itself is not going swimmingly well. This E3 is now basically going to get his 1 or 2 shots off and then die as he gets pushed. So I'm going to go help real quick. While these guys are still slowly coming around to that E3, I choose to help the AMX30 because he's the one that's been useful all game. So I'm going to go after this Yak Panther 2 if I can find shots on him. There's still a lot of tanks that are unlit, and there are also tanks that basically haven't been lit for a while, and so that's the only thing that worries me is that something will come over the mid, specifically this Waffen target E100, because if he comes at me, there's not a great deal I can do to defend myself. He will outclip me, but I'm going to get some juicy shots in this Yak Panther 2. So now the Waffle is now lit, and I assume that was because he went to shoot the AMX30. This ELC is basically shadowing this AMX30. I don't know if he's doing it to try and steal his spots or what he's doing. I think he's going to run back soon if I remember correctly. So now I'm going to turn around and help this E3. I'm almost fully clipped, so I'm just going to stay unlit until I am clipped. You don't want to draw unwanted attention before you're ready to fire. So now that I'm ready, I take an auto aim shot because, you know, it's aims in fast enough, but it didn't hit, so I aim in manually to make sure I do hit the targets. To be honest, that wasn't lead enough, and I think I was lucky to hit the Borsig there. I only just caught him, but at least I did get him. Just not really great clip efficiency. I should have really been able to hit that AT-15, but I guess it was lazy. I mean, 9 times out of 10 that shot probably does hit and land, but I guess it was lazy. Auto aim has its place, but that was just more lazy than anything else. So this AMX30, to be honest with you, he's going to die. I look at that and I think, yeah, he's going to die. He probably got rammed, to be honest with you. We're losing 8-11. And my allies include an ELC, a Bat Arty, and a Borsig. So, yeah, I am not exactly too confident. But I do manage to catch this Waffle, which I'm pretty pleased about, because that could have been pretty bad if he'd have caught me instead. So they do have a somewhat of a split. I'm basically going to go check for this Panther 2 now, because if I turn the other way, I'm going to get flanked by the Panther 2 and possibly the Waffle 4. I'd rather really deal with what I think is a limited flank than deal with the frontal flank before I run back. And as you can see, all this moving back and forth and moving around is something that the 50B strives, or thrives at rather, not strives. Whereas if I was in a Panther 2, a T-57, I would just never be capable of something like this. Tragically, our ELC is now dead. Shame, really. I thought he was really going to carry us. So I'm looking at this situation now and I'm thinking, okay, Panther 2 I know is on there, but I can't see him. I know these guys are all pushing down the AB line, so if I come behind them, I might be able to get shots. I'm still going to take it cautiously because you don't know what's there yet. They aren't lit. The Tortoise is now lit. I got shot by the Borsig there, good hit. So I'm just going to try and come up behind stuff. I think I see the Waffle 4. But if I don't see the Waffle 4 down here, he's going to be down there, and basically I get a bunch of side shots, or back shots rather, on tanks. I don't know what happened to that shot. I think I hit the ground. That was a poor shot. I shouldn't have let that fly. I knew it was going to miss. So I'm saving my last shot, and I'm going to try and get an angle that is going to hit. It was really bad of me to miss that second shot, or this third shot. I think the second one just hit the ground. So I kill the Waffle, and I run away, because basically at this point I know where the other 3 tanks are, and I know the Panther II is going to be in this general vicinity. I can't go hunt Artie, because if I go hunt Artie, they'll get on cap instantly, and I could get shotgunned and die without doing anything. I figure at this point I need to try and get the Panther II, so I'm going to swing back around. One thing is key is once you're unlit to try and change direction of approach, because you really can throw an enemy off guard if you just quickly switch the direction that you're approaching. So that's why I always switch different areas that I approach from, because you're likely to get more shots off with less damage because done to you, because they're not going to be expected, they're not going to be pointed and pre-aimed in that direction. So I'm looking for the Panther II basically at this point. I want to know where he is. There's no cap pressure, so I'm taking it slow. There he is, and he's just sideways up in the open, so that is certainly an auto-aim opportunity. So now there is cap pressure. It looks like only one on cap. I don't know what this M53-55, I think he thought I was going to just instantly back up. He doesn't really do that well. I think he hits me for splash damage once, which is fortunate, because someone that's a little better at pressing the left mouse button could have given me more trouble in this battle. But as it is, there's cap pressure, but there's not a lot of cap pressure, so I'm just taking it slow. The only thing I'm super worried about really is the Tortoise. He's got great DPM, as well as the fact that if he hits me a couple times and tracks me in the open or something, I could be in a whole world of hurt, and I don't want that. So I'm just going to poke around this corner, try and spot the cappers, which I do. I was going to back up, and then I realized the cap wasn't going down, so it must have been the Tortoise with the most points. Or the Tiger 2. So I kill the Tiger 2 and shoot at the Tortoise. After killing the Borsig, realizing that he doesn't have the cap points, I just decided to go for the kills, which is more dangerous because the Artie was more likely to hit me, which he did. He took like 1,000 almost off me. I think I got hit just before he shot me, so it probably took more like 600, 700. But anyway, so now I've reset the cap. I've got more than enough time to sort of do it by my own design. The less time you have, the more rush you have to do things, which I'll explain is something that came to my mind later for something else. But anyway, so basically I know where this Tortoise is. I know he's hugging that building. So I've made basically the idea, if I don't spot him here, which I don't think I will, or I didn't think I would anyways, I'm going to go around this building, because basically while this building does protect him from one side, it also protects me from him, and I can flank this Tortoise. I can use my speed, again, something a 57 won't be able to do, and get around this guy pretty speedily. So I take my time with these shots too, because it's important to make sure they all hit. So I'm going to auto-aim, but I'm going to make sure I can see them dead center on the tank. So I start firing as soon as I clear the Borsig. That was unlucky, really. I probably should have gone through that, but oh well. I could have let him burn, but I am actually out of AP, basically. I have 1 AP shell, which isn't obviously worth loading. So, already fired, so I can just drive in a straight line. I've killed the Tortoise, so now my goal is to basically hunt the Artie. I only have a minute 40 left, so at this point I'm thinking, you know, I really don't have a lot of time. If this Artie is say down the 0 line, I can't win. He could hide and I would never be able to find him. I make the decision though that I'm not going to get out mind gamed, in the sense that I try and go down the 0 line and see if he went that way. He didn't run away. He hasn't really been that accurate with his clicking, so I've sort of made the judgment call that he's still in base somewhere. Obviously, Artie generally sit around the K5, 6, 7, 8, 9 line, and that's what I'm going to check. I can't cap. I've only got a minute left, so this is basically my only hope is that he's around here somewhere. So usually, I don't think I'm going to see anything here, and I think he's going to be on the left-hand side of this hill, my left. So I start going in that direction anyway, but there he is, and I got lucky with a nice fire, because to be honest with you, if he had a snapshot hit me, it could have been all deadly anyways. But yeah, there it is. So I'll link the final damage, because the final damage isn't accurate up there because I got blind damage. But the 11 kills is obviously accurate. So yeah, a very good game, and just a great game to really show off what the 50B can do with its flexibility and speed. It is an absolutely lethal tank when it's played correctly. And this is one of the key things that basically, as well as mediums, to show how important speed can be in games. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I hope you didn't mind the commentary too much. I didn't really script it, so if it was kind of weird, then I apologize for that. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and you'll enjoy future replay commentary videos. So let me know what you thought, and I will see you guys later.